Can you kill Mario in this? Yes, I can. Much like Call of Duty 4, you can take Mario and shoot him with a gun. Hi, Average. How's it going? Is it average, or am I using the wrong like combination of no vowels in your name? It's Gokt. It's Grok. You're Grok. I get to talk to Grok right now. Whoa, Grok, is this real? Grok, is this soup? Grok, am I about to get banned from Twitter? I hope I do. I do get the temptation to log into Twitter and like self-sabotage myself and just say something absolutely abhorrent that will get me banned as like a quote retweet, just to like risk it all. If someone has like an opinion on a video game that I don't agree with and I tell them to off themselves, I think that'd be really funny. But also incredibly risky, because what if it backfires and they actually do? That'd be horrible. Also, what if like the fan base goes and harasses them? That would be horrent. That's the bigger concern there. It's not really like, oh, am I gonna actually get banned? It's like, I want to get banned. More like, what are the repercussions of being a horrible human being? Are they actually poor? Okay, we're almost there. We're almost ready. I think I understand now why people do decide to put the stream starting soon little banner up, though, because it does feel very weird to just have like a little window into what is effectively my house, where you just get to stare at me edit a picture of Mario Goatsy for Blue Sky, but you can't actually see what I'm editing. It feels not so much invasive, more like... No, I would use invasive. Invasive is the word. Get out of my house. But before I say get out of my house, stay in my house, because it's time to play Mario 64. I uninstalled it from my phone after I got suspended for nothing. You can be honest. What did you do? What did you do? It's just between me and you. No one's here yet. You got at least 20 minutes before anyone else shows up. What did you do? Go on, tell me. Tell someone to kill, you know, kill, and then you can finish the 9-letter word afterward. Themselves. 11-letter word afterwards. You can finish it off. Come on. I don't know how to manage multiple things at once. And let's go! Yippee! Alright, let's get some runs going. Close that down. Get Mario on this bitch. Do I have a fresh save? I do. Epic. I would say, how is everyone doing? But I think I already know the answer. It is a Sunday. It's a Saturday, rather. It's a Saturday. Chances are you are either at school or in education, rather. And you love the idea that you don't have a day off. Or you are probably working a part-time job, probably service work. And so, low-key, I say low-key, it's very much high-key. High-key, Saturday becomes like a nightmare day. It is fucked up how, when I was working retail, your perspective on, like, time shifts. Not only is, like, 9 hours secretly 12 hours, and so you have to account for that every single time you see it on the schedule. But, like, your days of the week priority is just all wrong. And it's not like, oh, I love Mondays because nothing happens on Mondays. It's like, no, you come around to being like, oh, I love a Wednesday and a Thursday. And like 7 years ago, I would be like, that's kind of like freak behavior, considering like nobody that oh my god, the fastest speedrun you've ever seen. Nobody that I'm around works retail because they're all in university or doing like what I would call a real big boy job, even though they did a little bit less work than me. They were junior positions. They probably do more work than me now, if I was in the same position. For the love of God. Leon, you need to learn cannonless. Not cannonless, whatever the fuck it is. Bomb clip. We do a new run. But suddenly, like, you can't relate to, like, a large portion of, like, the people around you. And then you realize, like, oh, thankfully, give it, like, 6 more years and the job market's gonna implode anyway. And now we're all in the same boat and we're going everyday suck. I changed my username to Elon Musk should commit suicide and got suspended for 6 months for not posting or replying. That's epic. That's based. Going down for the cause. We love that. I hate to admit it because 1, it turns me into an Activision cuck, and 2, it's like deeply against my own messaging as a consumer. But I am extremely tempted to get Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3+4 early. I know that I said a couple of days ago that it was like, no, people have convinced me, like, I shouldn't spend another extra 20 quid on a game purely to play it 3 days early. But I'm just thinking, oh, I really want to play like 1+2 right now. If I want to play 1+2 right now, chances are I'm gonna like give up on Tony Hawk. Oh my good god. Oh, okay, we restart the run again. That's fucking epic. Yeah, I shouldn't have to pay like 20 quid to play a game 3 days early. But at the same time, it's hard to not cave when I have like the Tony Hawk itch now. Because come the 11th, I'll probably have burnt myself out on Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1+2. Because thankfully, like, my personal traits rolled pretty poorly when it comes to my tendencies, you know. I tend to give up quickly. I tend to get really into one specific thing at a time. But thankfully, at the same time, at least it's not cat. At least it's not like, oh, I just fucking love MDMA. It's like, no, I like my toys. I love my toys. But then again, I don't want to encourage Activision to be like, yeah, I love my toys. Also make me pay £20 extra to play with my toys a little bit early. At the same time, though, I'm trying to think, like, I'm not trying to be, like, a financial grifter. I'm not saying, like, I need to hustle and grind and turn everything into, like, a vehicle for advertising. But also, I'm thinking, if I just get Tony Hawk's 3+4 early, I could make the money back on Tony Hawk's 3+4. Somehow. That'd be epic. But then again, that's not really like hustling and grinding. That's more like offsetting the payment that I would get. Oh god, what is going on? No. Chain chomp. I just wanna get to Womps. I can't believe I'm saying I want to get to Womps, but just get me into Womps. Also, I didn't realize, what did I do on this run that I have saved? I haven't done a run in like 3 weeks. And also, this is nowhere near like my PB. Couldn't you just do it as an expense anyway? That's not how that works. Just because it's like, oh, I used it for my job doesn't mean that all of it gets paid off. It's like I still have £60 of like thing that I've spent. Actually, now that I think about it, hold on a minute. I probably should have figured this out sooner, to be honest. I don't think I know what an expense is. Like, I've never written anything off on my taxes to be like, oh, by the way, this made me, like, this was a part of a business thing. And so, do not, under any circumstances, consider this actual money that has gone out of my account. And so, I might have been throwing away, I don't know, maybe like a couple £1,000 every single year. We're so close to the star. This is epic. You literally could do that. I don't know if you can. Because can you, like... Okay, if I went to work every single day and I bought a meal deal, imagine that I'm working retail. If I went to work every single day and I bought a meal deal every single day, could I realistically go, that's a business expense. It fueled me on my way to work. Or midway through work. It just wouldn't make any sense. You're employed then, dumbass? I don't know what an expense is. I don't know why I would be able to expense it. That doesn't make any sense. Self-employed, you just run the audit gamble? That doesn't make any sense. Why would I risk... Oh my god. Why would I risk, like, putting myself in financial danger for the sake of buying one copy of Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3+4? That's not how this works. The right side of the emulator fucked up, or is this just a stream thing? This is a stream thing. And I'm justifying it. So long as you use it in a video. I can't be convinced that that's just how it works. Because surely then you could set up a business as, like... I'm not saying... that this is a tax evasion stream, so this isn't financial advice, but couldn't you theoretically then just set up, like, a business, and then have no income in the business, or, like, feign income in the business, just by, like, putting in your salary, and then expensing, like, everything that you want to do? What do you think rich people do? I do think they do this, but I also think that they have smarter people to deal with it. I'm pretty sure you don't go on the HMRC website and type in, here's all the shit that you just don't want to pay for. Leon's top tax evasion tips. I mean, my only tax evasion tips would be like, don't do your taxes. And realistically speaking, I think I'm pretty bad at that as well, because I still do my taxes, don't get me wrong. Every single time I do it, I'm convinced that I've done it wrong. I'm still under, like, not like a present anxiety, but like a subtle anxiety that any day now I'm just gonna get a knock on my door and be like, hey, you owe us like at least $3 grand. Because I mean, this is what, and to be fair, this is an American that we're talking about, but this is what happened to like Julian, Noodle, if you will. Noodle just like one day was like, oh, by the way, you haven't paid taxes for like 2 years because you've done it wrong. You could probably expense a hotel because you're an influencer. That doesn't make any sense. I can't live in a world in which I genuinely live under the belief that if I just feel like it, I just don't have to pay for it. Because, fuck it, like, it has to be an expense. It must have somehow, in some indirect way, contributed to my finances. Me buying Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3+4 early, I couldn't reasonably say, yeah, that made me, like, money. This was a part of my job. If it was like, oh, I need a new microphone, sure, 100%, I'd give it to you. But I'm not going to sit there and wank around risking legal trouble for my toys. And I'm not saying that, like, oh, you shouldn't. I'm just saying I'm too scared to. Of course you could. You got the video out earlier. You're assuming that this ever gets, like, used in a video. And you've got to remember, if I'm willing to take 3 months to make a video that, like, a third of the audience watches, chances are I'm not going to make a video just because it's like, fuck it, I wanted it. Or you could even stream it. I mean, I feel like I'm being like, you're currently the snake in the Garden of Eden, and I'm Adam. You're sat there going, Leon, do tax evasion, do tax evasion. And I'm having to convince myself, like, hey, don't do £60 worth of tax evasion, even for Tony Hawk. Just buy his NFTs instead, and you'll be all good. It's not tax evasion. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. How can it not be? It's just smart accounting. That doesn't make any sense. Yo, are we slag farming today? What do you mean by that? Literally any accountant would say that it's fine. Every accountant then is... I'm not saying that every accountant is literally wrong, but they are morally corrupt in that case. Someone is going to work. Someone is going to do a minimum wage job. Someone is doing, like, care work for the elderly for me to expense a copy of Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3+4. Maybe, literally, you can do that. But should you do that morally? I don't think you should. And in this moment, this is when I've become radicalized and I'm convinced that, like, every streamer on the planet that is doing expensing of games are secretly the devil. As an accountant, yes, you're fine. As an accountant, you have an impure soul. You are damned to, if not hell, at least like an extended purgatory relative to the majority of people. Oh my god, Leon, just grab the fucking owl. This isn't Hogwarts. Jesus. Lower circle of hell. No, higher circle of hell. You're closer to purgatory. You still get into heaven, but they, like, cut off a toe and they go, like, a little bit of you is in hell. Just a little. It'll be fine. People expense a ton of food. I mean, I guess that kind of makes sense. Like, food is an essential. I feel like that's a bit more justifiable. Obviously, like a 4-star hotel, not exactly like, expensible and defendable, but... You know, if you're buying your groceries and you're just trying to feed your children, I get it. I'd expense a pot noodle, to be honest. Can't do it. Can't be do it. Imagine it like this instead. Instead of being like, oh, I would definitely expense that. Would you go to, like, a care home, go to one of the employees, and be like, hey, give me £2? Would you go to the hands of the people that are working hardest in society and yoink a quid from them? If the answer is yes, I can only respect it. But if your answer is no, that's when we have a problem. I'm not saying take money from those that are working the hardest. But I am saying maybe consider it and then figure out why you're correct and then do it. The soup smells alright but looks... Oh wait, no. The soup looks gross but smells alright. Dilemma. I mean, I wouldn't say that's a dilemma at all. I would say that's just the property of soup, is it not? I'd say that's the property of, like, the majority of food. And I understand that I'm, like, coming from England, and so there's, like, a sense of bias here. Sure, maybe we look at, like, a roast dinner and we go, oh, cool, blimey, love that. But also, we've grown up with it. It is truly, like, slop on the plate. And we go, delightful. But the majority of food, to me, kind of looks like dog shit, and then you put it in your mouth, and your brain, like, recontextualizes what beauty is. It's kind of like how, like, maybe this is like a Leon L. It's kind of like how most babies are ugly, but then you look at like a baby who is, like, of your relatives, and you go, like, that's a cute baby. Most kids are like, they are ugly children. Most people have ugly children. But my niece is cute. It's like, that's my niece. And so something in my brain is going, yep, that's, like, perfect. And I'm not saying that that's the exact same for food, but is my child ugly, Leon? I don't remember what Goku looks like. Jaden named his child Goku. Literally. My goated video essayist is Wash. He turned into a fucking Mario 64 speedrunner. I mean, I never knew that Clint Stevens made video essays. Are you seeing the 1/8 of the screen being fucky, or is that just us? Fine, I'll get it. I'll sort it out. Oh, wait, what the hell? Okay, I do know what you're talking about now. Oh, what the fuck? Okay, I've got bad news. I literally don't know how to fix that. I thought you meant, like, the black bar on the right side. I have no idea how to fix the, like, screen tearing. To that, I say, deal with it. People played Mario 64 in 24 FPS. Don't worry about if the screen is tearing and it's not 120. Feel me? What do you mean I didn't land on the star? Miserable. Okay. Let's make a handshake agreement. And I understand that it's still, that even though maybe it's like Leon's doing what's right for him, let's fucking go. But it's still morally irreparable because I am still giving money to Activision. But I agree to do tax evasion, potentially do tax evasion, in order to buy Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3+4. But if it goes wrong, you have to do like 3 subs. You give me 3 gifted if it goes wrong. And also, once those 3 gifties are in, you have to like commit for like the next like 3 weeks. I'm not taking 3 gifties, and also, it's only like 7 quid because it's a 50-50 split. Oh my god. I'm talking 3 gifties that comes to a total of like £45 on your side. I split way too early. Oh, I reset. Oh, fuck. Well, I fucked up. Soup needs pepper. I think stream Tony Hawk once for business and you're golden. Well, that was kind of the idea. Wait, that doesn't... Okay, this double doesn't make any sense to me then. So I can... Welcome to Economics 101 with Leon Massey. So... Or Tax Evasion 101 with Leon Massey. So I can sit there, and I can make money off of a product that I've purchased, and then expense the product so that I get the money back for the product. In which case, even though I would have to spend in order to gain, all I've really done is gain. Is that... Am I getting it right here? Man discovers what a revenue scheme is. You don't get your money back. You just don't pay as much attention. Wait, hold on a minute. So expensing isn't getting the money back. Is expensing just... Wait, what? Are you saying that I don't pay as much in taxes on the product in terms of, like, VAT, for example? Okay, so he didn't... I was worried that Jaden, a man who said that I wasn't paying as much attention, was saying that I had no attention span. Which is true, but would be mean. No, you just potentially don't have to pay as much taxes on the thing that you purchased for business. So yes, the last thing you said. So if I say that I've purchased the product 4 times... Wait, no, how much is VAT? VAT is what? Like, it changes depending on the product. Let's assume that VAT is 10%. If I decided to buy the game once, but I said that I bought it 10 times, would I then not have to pay to the point in which I get that 10 back? So instead of being 60, it would be like 48. No, but I'm trying to turn that to 0. Can I say that I bought it 10 times, and then I don't have to pay anything? Because if I'm doing a little bit of tax evasion, I want to go whole hog. I want to start lying. Like, I want to start making money. You feel me? See, this is the 10x mindset that you don't get, Jaden. You'd have spent £60. No, but I haven't actually bought 10 copies. I've only bought 1, but I say that I've bought 10. Do you not get it? You're so dumb, I feel like you're not following. I believe the idea is that you're being taxed on the money that you make from the thing, so the money you made elsewhere that was already taxed, that you spent on the thing to make that money doesn't get taxed. Too many concepts in one sentence. We start the new run. I'm scared. This is getting all too conceptual for me. Me when I'm reading Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep. It's getting all too conceptual for me. We turn on the toys. Get the toys on. Just a little bit of tax fraud. Okay, if I'm being completely honest, I don't think I made enough money to get taxed. So, last year specifically. I'm trying to change that this year. I'm trying to go on, kid. Go on, try and take a bit of money if you can, you fucking wanker. Okay, Jaden, you have a cute baby, but also, like, I know you. And so, of course, I'm gonna be like, that's my fellow tribe member. Of course his baby's cute. I look at that child and I go, that child would never belong to someone who would buy a Switch 2 after they attempted to ruin Melee. That's oomph. Exactly. That's my homie. Chat, if I had an ugly baby, would you... Chat, if I had a baby... Chat, if I had a girlfriend... Chat, if I was social enough to go outside... Would you think my baby is cute? Fuck Nintendo, that's what I'm saying. We would pretend... Are you telling me that you're pretending that you think that I'm sick of Guilty Gear? Least parasocial streamer asks chat if their social standing is still in order. I'd beat it with a rock. Jesus fuck. Okay, that's a bit much. Is your baby bald? Why would my baby have... Do babies have hair? Hold a minute. Obviously, like, children have hair. But do babies have hair? Sometimes? That's fucked. I don't like that. The baby does have some hair. Come on now. It depends on the baby. Babies have What? Babies have... I honestly have no idea what that means. L-A-N-U-G-O. In my head, you've tried to, like, type Duolingo. Can I get a pog in the chat for hitting Lakitu skip? Oh god. Offset by horrible castle movement. We love that. No, we can't get a pog in the chat. Man does basic edition. Can we get a pog in the chat? How many streamers do you think would fail? And I think this is literally the whole concept of schooled. But how many streamers do you think would fail elementary school level tests? I don't think I would pass like level 6 maths anymore. All of them? Do you think they would all fail or do you think they would all pass? Because I'm personally on like 50-50 in terms of English. I think most of them would fail maths. I think I would fail maths nowadays. Now, with that said, I am convinced that like the myth of I've fucked up, the myth of like I need to figure out how to clear a split, or maybe not the myth, the general idea that only as you're younger can you latch onto like new learning is just like, it's gotta be false, surely. Like, if you put me and a 3-year-old in like a French class, surely I mog them. There's no way that like I'm getting mogged by a fucking 3-year-old in learning a new language. I understand that conceptually it's possible. I just don't believe that it would happen to me. To some of you, probably. You are 100% getting mogged by a 3-year-old in learning a new language. I don't think I am. Also, I did do that the wrong way around, so maybe I would. Ego streamer? I don't think that it's... Okay, no. I would get mogged by like a 2-year-old. Because that's like all they know. All they know at that age is like, I'm gonna take the people around me and repeat it. But by the age of 3, you're getting distracted by like shapes and colors. You're looking at the Game Boy and you're almost thinking, yep, it's time to change my life. The timeline split happens at the age of 3, where you start looking at video games and you go like, that's a bit of me right there. But me, at the age of 28, realizing that like kind of video games are all they're cracked up to be, I think I would mog them. I think I would simply not look at the Game Boy and the temptations of man and go, well, fuck this. It's time to learn some French. Not because I really want to learn the French, but because I don't want to get mogged by a fucking 3-year-old. What the fuck do you know about 3-year-olds? You got a point there. So you're telling me... Okay, hold on a minute. So you think that a 3-year-old could learn to drive faster than me? Is that what you're also saying? We're talking about the situation in which, like, they have the motor dexterity to operate a vehicle. You think a 3-year-old is learning how to drive quicker than me? I don't think it's possible. I think I learn faster than a 3-year-old. And the problem is... This is like a morally unanswerable question. Because you can't realistically subject a 3-year-old to getting mogged by a 28-year-old bald man. But it would happen. Ooh, get me fucked. Language learning has a critical period around age 2, but motor learning is much later. Okay, I'll give you that. You missed that wall jump 3 times, the 3-year-old might have a chance. Fuck you. See, this is how you know that the stream is becoming really consistent, because people come into the chat just to insult me. This is how you know it's a real stream. Fake streams where it's all just like one big cuddle box for the streamer, that's your Joseph Anderson's. Well, maybe not Joseph Anderson. I don't really know what Joseph Anderson's stream is like. But that's the infrequent streamer. The real streamer, they're getting insulted every single day. Leon, you're cringe. I know. I think about it every single day. Well, not every single day. But I do think about, like, almost the most cringe experience of my life, which is I went into school during study leave. I don't know if they have this in other countries, but in England, when you're in your final year of GCSEs, they give you, like, 2 months off of school to just, like, study for all of your subjects. And they open the school specifically in the idea that you're going to come and study. And, you know, I only did it once, but I did it. And so I've got to say, like, I won in some way. I didn't study, neither did I. Most of my study leave was taken up with, like, playing Dark Souls 2 until... Okay, it would have been about July, so maybe about 4 in the morning. I think it was the first time that I ever experienced, like, sunrise after not going to sleep. Because I was playing Dark Souls 2 and I was fighting the, like, Medusa enemy in the swamp. Anyway, I went into study leave. I got bored of studying, and so I pulled out a manga. And that manga was called Batum. The first page that and I didn't realize this at the time, but manga doesn't have the same limitations as anime. If they wanna show you a titty, they'll show you a titty. And I turned to a page. Thankfully, nobody is around me. But the first page that I turned to, it is a full naked woman who is dead as well. And so it's like super, whoa, hold on a minute. We can't be doing that. I close the book and I immediately leave. It was close to the most cringe experience that I had in my life, if anyone was around me to view it. But thankfully, it's one that stays with me and me alone. And now you chattered. Batum, man, you were in the weeb trenches. I think it was just what was, like, being talked about at the time. You gotta remember, Kinoko Taikoku is one of my, like, favorite bands. Specifically because it was like, holy fuck. It's 2016 or whatever. And everyone is going, have you fucking heard of this fucking Japanese shoegaze band? They go crazy. You know what? Of all the things that people were wrong about back in that era, fuck, they were right. Kinoko Taikoku go crazy. I was there. I was the dead naked lady. You weren't there, Zondi. You weren't there, Zondi. Zondi, if you were there, you would be like all of my other friends that are from Milton Keynes that I still speak to. In which, they're all lovely people, but my god, they're fucking terrible at rematch. When do you reckon rematch is going to become... This one's just for the English people, I guess. There's an English stream now. How long do you reckon it's going to take before rematch becomes, like, completely unplayable? Because I'll be completely honest. I'm going to be the one that makes it unplayable. I've started doing rainbow flick towards the goal, and then rainbow flick back to bait the keeper into diving forward for the first rainbow flick. And then the second rainbow flick takes it out of their range. And then you header it in. Cool, blimey. That one gets me. That one's the good one. I'm Schrodinger's rematch player. Either salty or stunting on these kids. I don't know, I haven't played it. You should change that. Rematch is real. I'm not saying that because I got it for free, but I am influenced by it. I would never doubt that for a single second. I would be even more positive if they paid me. Question mark? The potential for the streamer to become journalistically unintegritied. I was going to say journalistically corrupt, but that implies that, like, giving a video game a review score is in some way pertinent to, like, a kind of perceivable strength, which I think that's kind of bullshit. Like, I love video games, but, like, when the people, like, get on Twitter and they shit their pants so hard that they're, like, on the border of getting banned, it's like, chill a little bit. Like, the developer just wants to write a character with they, them pronouns. You don't need to, like, tell them to off themselves for it. Chill the fuck out. Is the problem with reviewing a free game that you like it? No, it's that I might be influenced by the idea that I like it more because I didn't have to pay as much for it. It's like how Fortnite is kind of like a dog shit game, but everyone kind of, well, okay, let's be reasonable. Fortnite is not a dog shit game. It's like just a bit of a... It's premium slop. That's what Fortnite is. But people are more prone to be positive towards Fortnite, specifically in the idea that they didn't have to pay for it. If people had to pay for Fortnite, like, they wouldn't be nearly as keen on it. Let's just get one run done. I was considering resetting there, but only lost 7 seconds on the easiest star in the game. Zondi, if you're gonna be a hater, like, stay in the chat, but like, you know me, bro. Come on, that makes my feelings feel bad. It's fire. You get to be Sabrina Carpenter and play My Chemical Romance. I mean, okay, I've got to give you that. Like, Fortnite is where, like, any anti-capitalist sentiment goes to die. Because it's sick because it's like a live service product hellscape. Like, sure, I don't want guest characters in literally everything, but the idea that there is a space in which, like, Darth Vader and Sabrina Carpenter can, like, dance to Fiend is, I still have one more star. Is, like, in some part of my brain a dream. Now I want to get back into speedrunning. I think Mario 64 is, like, the only acceptable speedrun, if I'm being completely honest. I've tried to look up, like, other games that I like. I've considered, like, running Dark Souls as well, which is why I know how to soul dupe. But every single time I look at other speedrun games, I just go, like, this isn't degenerate, but it's just not it, man. So many other speedrun games seem to kind of fall apart on themselves. Whereas Mario 64, this bitch is Mario 64. I'm a little man. Give me the grab. Sheesh. Mirror's Edge runs go crazy. That's true. Okay, I'll give you Mirror's Edge. Mirror's Edge, Dust Force goes a little crazy. But Dust Force is too honest. Like, I feel like every single speedrun has to have, like, a little bit of degeneracy. Legend of Zelda, for example, Ocarina of Time. Ocarina of Time was like a perfect level of degeneracy speedrun, and then arbitrary code execution got discovered, and my brain went, it's not the one. It's just not sick with it, like it used to be. Celeste is a good speedrun. I haven't even finished Celeste, and so I haven't really looked at it. Not my ass forgetting how to do Mips clip. Oh my god. The Stutter of a Lifetime. The old Ocarina of Time categories still exist. The Ace and SRM runs, I'm gonna assume you say aren't even popular. And if you did say that, then this tangent makes sense. And if you didn't, then this tangent doesn't make any sense. Yeah, but the moment that I feel like games kind of live and die on, like, any percent and 100%. Like, Mario 16 star is really fucking cool. And Mario 120 star, really fucking cool. But if Mario 16 star suddenly became, like, you just type in a code and you go to the end, it would be like, this kind of fucking blows. Like, you still play so much Mario 64 a kind of intended way, even if you do, like, 16 star. And I understand that 16 star isn't technically any percent, but it's got that, like, gravitas, you know? It's got the aura that befits it. Okay, my Bowser 2 could actually be, like, really sick if I just don't fuck it up. Oh, you fucker, no. I don't want to fuck this up. I don't want the cycle to disappear. Nope, no. Oh. I should have realigned the camera and just gone off the top. Oh, fuck. No. Oh, wait, I'll still be there in time, right? Right? Okay, yeah. But your point stands. 0 star is kind of dog. I'll give you that. Like, it's too, like, oh, I did a BLJ, and then I did another BLJ, and then I did another BLJ, and now the game's finished, you know? 0 star is cooler as a concept than it is in gameplay. I wouldn't doubt that for a single second. Oh, fuck. Oh! Don't fall off the edge. Don't fall off the edge. Don't fall off the edge. Jesus Christ. Whew. No! Generational fuck up. I kind of want to run Arkham City because the runs only take like an hour. That's also like kind of key for me. A run has to be like pretty small, relatively speaking. Brother, what am I doing? I don't understand BLJs. I'm gonna throw it out there. I understand the idea is just that you mash the moment that you hit the floor, or like just before, but for some reason I just can't get it. Oh, for fuck's sake. You don't even need to mash harder. I don't need to mash harder because some people just like get it. Some people got like the gene. Your mash speed matters too. I'm mashing pretty hard. Hi there, Billy Corgan. For that, I'm resetting the run. They truly do call me the White Clint Stevens. I finish no runs and I constantly reset. I have a list of like I got some sticky notes. I put a list of ideas like conversation topics on the monitor, specifically with the idea that I can't let myself just get into zones where the game is just on the screen. And so, for that Billy Corgan comment, you're getting a almost chat GPT adjacent experience in which I'm now going to like feed you a conversation topic. Oh wait, that one's actually pretty good. I think I've kind of come to the realization, I think I've come to this before. This isn't like a brand new realization. But every single day it becomes a bit clearer. My teachers in school were actually pretty good. I was just kind of hot dog shit. And I don't necessarily mean stupid as a student, but my god. Like, I had the worst fucking work ethic ever. I think I did homework maybe twice. I don't know, did you grow up in Milton Keynes? Yeah, Milton Keynes was the problem. Actually, it was like going round the roundabout so frequently, it was like bad for my attitude as a student. I distinctly remember for my drama exam, I didn't want to work with any of the other people in the class because I was like, oh, they're the fucking popular kids and I'm a fucking nerd. And because I was like an angsty nerd, I was like, and I'm the nerd and so I'm better than them, which is already a huge red flag. I got put in a group, I didn't really want to work with them, and so they went, fucking fine, you know what, you can do set design. Never designed a set in my life. And I remember, all it needed to be was like a little box. It needed to effectively be a bar. I had 2 months to make it and design it. And I did nothing. I did no work whatsoever. The teachers like pulled me into a room and they were like, what the fuck are you doing? You're like kind of like fucking everything up for everyone. And I went, I don't give a shit. You're just a bad teacher. And it's like, brother, there is absolutely circumstances in which you don't gel with a teacher, but not doing any of the work because you kind of don't like the people in the group that you're in. I don't know. It's kind of bewildering to me that it took, I don't know, maybe like 4 years before I realized, oh, I was the one that was ass. Tag your friend that does fuck all. True. That was me. I remember as well, I was getting really annoyed at my IT and computing class in college. And in fairness, the IT and computing class was absolutely fucking abysmal. But many, many times, the assignments were just like, brother, just type down what a modem is, what it does, and why what it does is useful. And I had to have people finish my work for me multiple times because I was just like, I just don't have the energy to put less than 5 words on a screen and be like, hey, this like sends data to other machines. And yet for so long I was sat there thinking, no, I'm the GOAT. Everyone else is wrong. So now I'm like a in denial narcissist who gets to do that for a living. For fuck's sake. You know what? New run. It's fucked up how even though I can like acknowledge that like I was a shitty student, I still think if I went, like if you took me today and put me back in a classroom, I still think I would do the exact same shit. I just don't have any tolerance for someone telling me what to do. It's really bad. I remember when I was doing my training for McDonald's manager position, because somehow you need training to go like, hey, send someone on a shift and don't break the law when you do it. I remember the like head of the franchise would come in and I would always be like, fuck, dickhead, fucking, and he would try to be like friendly and like, hey, how's it going, Leon? And I'd be like, how's it going, you fucking old man? How's it feel to be 100, you fucking dickhead? And it's like, what the hell? I'm fighting with Sony Vegas while enjoying soup. My life is amazing. I would make the personal recommendation to get off of Sony Vegas and instead use DaVinci Resolve instead. I don't know. To each video editor their own, you know? I love my Chungus life. I do love my Chungus life. Leon, become a Linux user for the lols. My, like, life ambition, and maybe this is a little bit, like, low as a life ambition, but my life ambition is to, like, try and eventually make it so that everything that I ever do is, like, free software. Before the Steam sale disappears, does anyone have any decent games to recommend that are on sale? It's a little bit fucked up that, like, even as someone who is like, oh, looking for games. The moment that that came out of my mouth, I was really tempted to buffer it in with, like, the sale has to be, like, at least, like, 75% off and has to be under £10 minimum. It's like, surely if you've got, like, a nice, quaint little indie game, I could be like, I'll eat your slop for 20 quid. You need it. But the other part of me is thinking, like, yeah, but you want that money that you don't want to give to that person who spent years of their life on a product that probably isn't going to make money back. Arkham City, I have no interest in Arkham City, if I'm being completely honest. I just don't find Batman interesting as, like, a character, and I don't find Arkham interesting as, like, a setting. It's just not for me. Like, there's dystopia, and then there's dystopia but edgy, and that's what, like, Arkham is in my head. Like, yeah, I get what you're doing with the setting, but also, your dystopia has to be, like, a little bit boring for me to give a shit. Think about, like, the modern world. We're kind of in, like, a dystopia of some kind. The Big Beautiful Bill just passed. But, like, it's kind of boring on a day-to-day. You're still thinking, like, oh, fucking, you know, prices are fucked, but also, I hope the price of the meal deal doesn't come down. It's like, we're sitting on the brink of, like, hey, environmental collapse is around the corner. And yet, the dystopia we live in is really boring. I want that reflected in my fiction, you know? All of the games that you guys have recommended, I have literally never heard of. Which are also, like, on one hand, that's, like, really good. But also, I was hoping that everyone would be like, hey, I recommend Titanfall 2. And I'll be like, Titanfall 2? I remember that game. Sure, I'll give it a shot. It's currently free. Yippee! Titanfall 2 is awesome. I'll give you that. I wouldn't doubt that for a single second. Have you ever played this niche indie game called ULTRAKILL? Tell me more. Have you heard of XR? How much is XR on sale for right now? I know it's on the Steam sale, and so it's got to be going for, I'm going to take a guess, and this is in Great British pounds, £7 and 49 pence. €9.23. I think I'm right. Deadlock is £0. I can't do it. There is the mythical phoenix of video games that is a first or third person shooter with MOBA-like team mechanics. That is theoretically the most fun game that you've ever played, but practically becomes the most insufferable experience of your life. It's Rocket League, but the people that are playing it are actually pretty good. Thankfully, with Rocket League, you can sit there and be like, hey, I'm ass, but also all of my teammates are ass. And so every time they go, like, tell me to blank myself, fuck them. But when it comes to, like, Deadlock, you're going to have a bunch of people that know more than you and are top fragging substantially better than you. And you just kind of have to sit there and go, this could be a really fun experimental game, but it's a fun experimental game in which I get berated every single day for my choices. I've never heard of Rocket League. You are blessed. Yeah, but the movement in a MOBA, I don't know, brother. I'm not going to sit here and say, like, I don't care about movement, but there was a point where I was playing ULTRAKILL where my hands would start to seize up because the movement was so involved. And in that, like, very brief time period, my brain kind of went, the movement's cool, but is it so cool that it's worth losing the dexterity of your, like, fingers for the next 40 years of your life? And thankfully, ULTRAKILL is good enough that I did go, maybe, but I don't think you could convince me that another game will be better to the point in which I'll go, yes, actually, I don't appreciate the mobility of my fingers. Arthritis be damned, I will hit this sick shit. Oh, let me up there. You gotta start doing hand exercises. Hand exercises are, I don't know. I don't, this sounds like I'm anti, like, health. But I'm almost, like, dubious of them. Because I understand, oh, you fucking dickhead. I understand why stretching out your legs and your arms before exercising makes a lot of sense. But your fingers are all tendons. How can, wait, hold on a minute. Are you not stretching your muscles when you stretch? In stretching, are you stretching the tendons? Man discovers biology live on Twitch. The pregnant was not. The pregnant was not preggy. The penguin was not preg. I'm developing, like, a speech impediment the more that I speak. It doesn't make any sense. I'm developing a speech impediment and I'm going through, like, a second puberty with the amount of voice cracks that I get. I could make it work. Look at XQC. That's harsh, man. Come on. I feel like XQC should be judged more for agreeing to talk to, like, Trump as, like, a opportunity to increase their viewership, as opposed to being belittled for having a stutter, you know? One of them is a choice. One of them is just a thing that happened. Oh, fuck. Oh. Zondi, if you give an extra, like, 2 subs, I will reset. Otherwise, I'm holding this game hostage. Things that I've been taught in League of Legends, just hold it hostage. If no one is having a good time, hold it hostage until you get what you want. It's fine. There's tons of time save on Bowser 2. And with that... Oh, I hit F2. There we go. And with that... Dude, it just works. So-called capitalism haters. You know what? I'll give it to you. I am capitalizing on being dog shit. I'm manipulating the market of Twitch subs. Intentionally throwing in order to gain more Twitch subs. I need to learn a bomb clip. Because I'm fine with the rest of the run being a bit of a, like, fuck it, we ball angle. But bomb clip feels like it is the start of actually running Mario. You don't? I know I literally don't. There's a whole, like, 5 minutes of time save unrelated to bomb clip. But wouldn't it just feel epic? Bomb clip isn't very hard and is pretty fun. That's what I'm saying. I would say that I need to learn the end of Bowser 3. The thing where you, like, flip off the top wall. But also at the same time, I need to, like, work on getting to Bowser 3. Whole new ways of fucking it up. Use the teleporter. There's a teleporter? Oh my god, what is happening? What? Oh, for fuck. This is fucking up because I jumped. Dude! Please, for the love of God. Yeah, and then give you this, and then... I don't believe that you have to do, like, C up during the bridge. I just don't believe it. I can't remember who told me that you need to do C up, but fuck you. R23, is it true that, saying expensing something isn't the same as tax evasion? I understand that we had an accountant in the chat earlier to confirm it, but, like any good journalist, I need, at least 2 sources that already agree with me in order to confirm that I am correct. Because I was telling Jaden, I just don't think that it makes sense that I can expense a video game that I'm going to play on stream in order to get my money back for. It doesn't make any sense. Well, you wouldn't get your money back, you just reduce your profits. Well, yeah, but also that means that I don't have to pay tax on it. Or I don't have to pay as much tax on it. And also, is it done on, like, a per-item basis? Because it's like, what do I type? Do I type, like, video making instrument? Or do I just, like, be a little bit candid and be like, yeah, this was, like, what was in Toys R Us 3 years ago? Well, not 3 years ago. It would have been, like, 20 years ago. Is anyone else slowly becoming their parents? I've realized that, like, I'm developing, like, all of my dad's tendencies independent of talking to my dad. Like, I'm stubborn about the things that I'm adamantly correct about, and then when I'm wrong, it's like... I'll just act smug about it, and I was like, yeah, it was a bait the whole time. I fucking knew. No shit. You turned into your mum when you moved in with other people? Holy shit, I wonder what it's gonna be like when I move out. If I move out. Something, we live in a dystopia, and the phrase, when I move out, has become if I move out. I'm very worried that, the conversation happening in my chat is some kind of Discord-adjacent Discord kitten conversation. Can you two love bugs take this somewhere else? Oh, brother. You know what? I can only respect it. I'm sure Jeff Bezos is looking at that chat message and he's going, I mean, it's pretty bad, but also, he's gifted like 3 subs in like 1 stream. So it's all worth it. I'm surprised that Automod didn't catch that one. It's crazy. Automod is like, no, you can't say the streamer's name. And yet, go and blank yourself. Let it rip. You know it's going to be a good run because I've stopped saying words. Although, to be fair, if yesterday is anything to go off of, That also means that I sit there for... How long was it? An hour and a half after saying I just need to hit one combo and then I'll end stream. And then not hit that combo. Actually, streamer, you shouldn't do that star first because the castle lags the game on console stream. I have good news. Miyamoto will not see the light of tomorrow. Nintendo are lying to you. Miyamoto is dead. I think if Miyamoto is still being wheeled out in the next 10 years, they might have actually just replaced Miyamoto with like an AI. Because he's such like an iconic figure that he'll like turn into like a Mickey Mouse. They're gonna have big mascot Shigeru Miyamotos in Nintendo Land in Japan that you can take a photo with. The Miyamoto hologram at Coachella. They took Shigeru out after Star Fox Zero. Maybe he just has a USB stick with his ideas, just like Kojima. I don't know what this is. I thought you were going for a what's the Scarlett Johansson film where she turns into a USB stick at the end? I thought that was the angle you were taking. Her. It's not Her. Lucy. Yeah. Her is the film in which everyone wants to have sex with ChatGPT. And, you know, lo and behold, give it 10 years time and that one's real. Scarlett isn't Alexa in her. I have a bad news about what Alexa currently is. Kojima was in an interview and said that he had a USB stick of game ideas and had given the junior team in his studio. He'd given to the junior team in his studio when he dies. What the hell? I'm not saying what the hell because it's like, oh, why would you do that? That's crazy. I mean, like, he hasn't already done that? What the fuck? In my head, it's like, yeah, what if, like, you go and you have a million ideas that you haven't fulfilled? Surely you would want it to, like, go somewhere so that at the very least, people could be like, oh, that was a good idea. It's too bad he's not alive to make it. I'm new here. What's up with Miyamoto? I want to know how what to look into. Well, Nintendo won't tell you, but they took Miyamoto out. What happened was they saw a small local in America was using Unfrozen Stadium, and they went, Miyamoto's got to pay for this, but they're hiding it from you. Anyway, buy my course, / my book, / my pills that turn you red. Giving the missus the USB labeled things to post in Leon Massey Twitch chat. Just in case the worst happens. I'm so glad that there is someone out there so dedicated to the cause as to put Twitch messages in the USB chat. Twitch chat messages on a USB. Not because it means that they want to, like, live on in some way or make the stream live on, but because it means that there's guaranteed at least one viewer there to make it so that when I run ads, I get to get a little bit of that Twitch money. Thank you for your, like, lifelong dedication to my bank account. Lifelong and beyond, in this case. Bold adjacent, damn. Well, I mean, I'm not true bold, am I? Is Leon bold adjacent? Brother, I have to, like, fake my fucking hairline. Look at this! This is a perfectly healthy hairline. This isn't the hairline of a bald man. This is the hairline of a man who is concerned that he's going bald, but all his friends around him are like, what the fuck are you talking about? He drew it on with a Sharpie. I didn't draw it on with a Sharpie. I've drawn the little, like, dots that turn me into Aang from Legend of Korra or whatever the fuck it's called before, but I'm not drawing in my hairline. This is just how it is. I'm sorry to say, but you're already there. Fucking don't you dare. Don't you dare. Don't you fucking dare. This is a fine hairline. This is perfectly good. This bit here, yeah, that's not great, but it's fine. And that's not even me being, like, insecure. Every time I would go to the barbers, and I guess the barber does have kind of like a financial interest in agreeing with me about my hairline being perfectly fine. But every time I would go to the barbers, they would tell me, what the fuck are you talking about? Your hairline's fine, brother. Chill the fuck out. But no. Twitch chat is convinced that I'm already there. If you need to zoom in to see it, it ain't there. I will stream tomorrow specifically so that I can come back and show you. Because my hair grows too quickly. It just grows too fast. And so tomorrow, it will come back double as strong. Because I shaved it yesterday. This is shaving it yesterday. And it's still almost back. You don't know the pain that I live with as a fake bald man. Live hair growth for a week? I might take you up on that, actually. What if I streamed, like, all week the next, not, like, next week, but the week after? Because the week after is when the next video is being, like, in the editor proper. As opposed to just, you fucker. As opposed to just, like, scripting and doing VO. I could stream, like, for a week straight, I think. Leon is my favorite Valor thief. It's not What is that valor? Am I stealing valor by going bald? You are stealing valor? Bald people face real discrimination? How? How? Being bald is like on vogue at the moment. There's hundreds and hundreds of people that are like, yeah, I might be bald, but at least I'm like very much Northern Lion adjacent. And people love that for their own existence. Because they look at a bald man and they go, oh, so that's how I have a child. Bald people face discrimination in the same way that short people do. I'm both of those. What the hell? Oh, they don't. Okay. Oh, this is epic. This is good news. You're 2 online? I know. I know that I'm 2 online. This isn't news. It is a little bit like weird to kind of surround yourself with, like, when you've accidentally surrounded yourself with like YouTubers as the people that you speak to for the majority of the day, and then when you stop doing that, you're talking to like Twitch chat. Even as someone like extremely terminally online, I still feel pretty like normie cool. Like someone will bring up a thing that happened in a fandom 5 years ago as if it's a subject that has been like taught in school. And I just have to sit there like a fucking idiot and go like, I have no idea what the fuck Homestuck even is. And yet I enter the real world and suddenly I just can't hold a conversation because I haven't watched the latest Arsenal game. That's not true. That's not how that works. Holding a real conversation in real life is just like, hey, are you good? You good? And everyone goes, yeah, I'm good. And you go, oh, cool, that's good. Hey, can I get a latte but with oat milk? That's just real, like, life conversation. Don't type 17 star. It might be true, but there's no need. I need short people to understand that I have to bend down a full foot to use the sink and to use every sink encounter in existence. Because nothing is made for 6'3" people. Fair enough. I'll give you that. I was gonna try and have some, like, banter and repertoire with you, but, like, that does sound like it's kind of a pain in the ass. You're doing Hunchback speedrun in that case. Do you live in a Smurf village? I wasn't aware that everyone was so aware of, like, the relative, like, height to waist ratio for sinks. Okay, this is where time save comes in. Everyone lock in. Oh, fuck. This is not where time save comes in. Oh, fuck. No, no! I can't remember why my brain wants to go. I got a life! For some reason, I can't remember what I'm supposed to do on that little beam to make it so that I always run over the grid in which you normally, like, grab a hold of. I think we're doing another run. You're supposed to BLJ and then die and then lose the tournament. I don't remember if this is what I actually did. Doing a new run. Give me 5 minutes. I need to just quickly go and drain my penis. Also known as piss. Oh, that's what Zondi did. Oh, okay. Did you ever finish the Mario tournament? Adam decided to, Tasty Foxman in the chat, decided to run a 16-star tournament for Melee specifically. There was £150 on the line. And the tournament, between 16 people, I think, never finished. Double a limb. It's the longest speedrun tournament of all time. People are calling it. Give me a sec. I need to go pee my damn head off. Very rapid Joel in the chat. Hello, Joel. How we doing? Alright. Oh, just sat on my headphones. The burger. Yo, rustlers, no. It is the burglar, though. Chat, what do you think is the most important part of the burger? Timer? No, that's not part of the burger. The slop, the meat. The meat has got to be it. I just don't think bun is a close second. See, to me, bun is the top. Because you can do a lot to mask, like, a really shitty patch of meat. But what if it's not a meat burger? True. But if a bun is really bad, a bun will ruin a good burger. A good bun also elevates better burgers. But the fact that it can bring down the value of your burger, to me, that's top one in terms of importance. This is the same with pizza. It's true. It's actually true. A bad sauce always ruins the entire burger. You can just put less sauce on, though. You can have, like, a bad sauce, but that just means, like, you just put less sauce on. Or no sauce at all. You don't even need sauce if the toppings are good enough. A bun and meat make so much of the burger that they must be important. Yeah, but for some reason, people are like, yeah, the meat is the most important part. It doesn't make any sense to me. Also, a perfectly fine bun doesn't, like, it is completely value neutral to your burger. So if a burger has so much, If the bun has so much influence on the potential of the burger, why would you rate it so low? This is not what they teach you in McDonald's manager training. Does anybody enjoy a black bean burger? Absolutely. Low-key, a bean burger can have, like, more potential than like a burger with meat. And I'm not saying that just because I'm like, oh, fucking, you shouldn't kill cows. Although you shouldn't kill cows, but, you know. I mean that more in the sense that, like, there's just more shit you can do with a bean burger. Just most of the time, people aren't doing interesting shit with it. Feel me? Simple test, eat a well-done burger with a good bun, and then eat a medium rare burger with stale bread. I could tell you every single time I would hate the stale bread one. Because that shit gets in, like, your teeth, and it hurts, and it's just vile. But what's the most important vegetable in a burger? I feel like that one's a bit of a no-brainer, to be fair. Like, if you aren't saying tomato for that one, you're kind of, like, losing it. Onions? Well, I guess, actually, yeah, this depends a lot on the burger, actually. Because if you got some nice caramelized onions, they, like, go crazier than any tomato ever could. Oh... The fact that that slope immediately makes you go into a slide is very frustrating. I don't know why, because I feel like a bunch of other walls in the game don't. But then again, my time is like 24 minutes. What would I know? You need to cut the richness of your burger and potentially cheese. You need acidity. You get that from brined pickles. I feel like you are probably on the cusp of like where eating a burger can get, like, really annoying. Because I feel like if you're too picky about burgers, then it's like every experience becomes miserable. It's kind of like, you know how, you shouldn't ever order Domino's because you don't want to know the bliss that is away from the 99p pizza? You're that, but with burgers. You know too much bliss. And so now, misery is more miserable than you could ever fathom. Dude, you should take a bite out of your burger. I'm on Burger Talk. This isn't just me because the burger's in front of me. The burger is actually a lifestyle for me. And if you follow me and buy my book and also buy my course, I too can teach you how to become wealthy via burgers. Which I think is just called owning a restaurant that's successful, but, you know. I need to sell my course, and so I need to call it 10xing your burger set. 10xing your toppings? Oh my god, I should be a grifter. Leon, I am currently eating a Rustler's. I just like good food. I've been mogged by a chatter. Question mark? Yet again? Pretzel or brioche bun? Brioche. Brioche bun goes crazy. I'm so 120 pilled, I was confused why you didn't hit the button. I have bad news. Even if you were 16 pilled, you should be confused as to why I'm not hitting the button. That's what you're supposed to do, Bowser Reds, but I don't. Or at least I think you are. Most of my, like, knowledge about 16 star comes from the tournament that we played, oh my god, like 2 years ago. And so if it's changed, so be it, but I'm not learning the new shit. Please don't be 16 pilled. That's called being a nonce. Okay, yeah, I'll give you that. It is. Right, I need to make this run count because I've realized I'm probably not going to do another run after this. I bet it feels good as hell to be spun around by your tail like that. You're simply, I don't know. I don't think you should be allowed to type the chat, you know? More for your own safety more than anything. Ban me? I'm not going to ban someone who is, giving me money because, you know, I have no morals. We used to stone people like you? Oh my god. You can't say that to Zondi of all people. What the hell? No morals, it's time for chat fraud? Hell yeah. Go on. Do a little tax fraud via Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3+4. Go on. Oh shit. It's crazy. This is like speedrunning without a, without live split. Because I'm just constantly going, oops. Well, time to put on the timer. It must have been crazy to, like, speedrun something in, like, 1987, where you're just, like, using a clock as reference. So long as Bowser 2 doesn't go horribly, and BLJs don't go abysmally, we'll be fine. Okay, give me this, give me the fuck up. Oh, perfectly adequate, that's what I'm saying. You know how, like, when they showed people video from, like, the train, or, like, okay, let me run the whole bit back. You know when they were first, like, showing off cinema, and they would have the train, and people would, like, run out of the theater because they thought the train was, like, coming to hit them and shit? You reckon if you, like, did that, but with Mario 64, like, that was people's first exposure to digital media. They think that like Mario 64 Mario is like a real being and is like coming out of the screen to throw them into bombs or whatever. I guess that would be Mario. You think that they would think Mario would jump out of the screen and throw bombs at them? People jerked off to Lara Croft, and so yeah. I'll give you that. You say jerked like people stopped. I'm sure a lot of people did. There's still a couple of people that are like hitting 40 and they're just like, nah, this is just what does it for me. I can't imagine people, you know, just went, yeah, this one's sticking for life. Oh, for fuck's sake. How do I keep fucking that up? Fair enough. You're aiming too far right. You're aiming... Shut up. I know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing. Come on. At least just get me to Bowser 3. This is miserable. If I fuck up 3 more times, that's it. I'm calling it. Oh my god, no. It was perfect. The sound was so good. Two more times. Oh, for fuck. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Oh, the stream with no time save. We love that. Oh, that's it. That's it. We donezo. These runs are never making it past BLJs. I was genuinely thinking I hate BLJ so much I might just want to learn 70 star. Because I hate BLJs. They just feel weird and they make me go like, oh, all of this like really fun platforming is just kind of like down to this bit for me, at the very least. Okay, I'm gonna disappear and maybe... I probably won't come back tomorrow. I'll probably be back on Monday, I think. Hopefully with things to say and things to do. Okay, bye-bye. I explode now.